I am sitting along 19th Avenue right now, and I was saying in another short that I just uploaded that I believe there's a lot of young people who got your license during it's not even young. I believe that everybody during COVID that got their license through the mail. Remember when that used to be an insult? That used to be an insult. You got your license through the mail. It meant you were fucking stupid. And then COVID rolls around, and a lot of states, including Arizona, started issuing permits. The test that was normally for a permit, you had to go to the DMV, you had to wait through that shitty fucking line. I remember doing that as a kid. Okay? We're going to the DMV today, get your permit, and you better not, my mom wouldn't cuss, you better not mess it up, because we're not going to be waiting there for 3-4 hours just for you to fail the test. She took time out of her day. You need to realize, we got there at 8 o'clock in the morning. We had to be there when it opened, and we had to be ready to go. And even then, you could be sitting there for 4 hours because it's the DMV. Maybe they don't have full staffing that day. Maybe they already have 100 other people with appointments, and it was hard to make appointments. You had to call in and make an appointment. When they started the online queue, hey, you can make your appointment online. That was convenient. I got my license before that was a thing. But no, the states make it where, hey, just log in online. The normal test that was for a driving permit, now they granted you a full license. And that was a mistake. And that was a mistake tonight because I was in front of a complex here on 19th Avenue and had to lose my fucking temper. And it was good for people managing skills. But I shouldn't have to be doing that with people who apparently have tricked the state into believing that they are competent enough to control a vehicle. You're stupid because you're going to kill someone. And you need to understand, in the state of Arizona, if you fuck up bad enough, there are plenty of judges here who have no problem giving you jail time. Oh, don't worry. Maybe your insurance covered everything. A lot of you probably don't have that much insurance. Or even a plain liability policy is probably really high for you because you're a bad driver. Ask yourself this question. How many miles, how many days, weeks, months have you gone by without getting a ticket, being in a collision, slamming into a parking barrier? How much money have you spent repairing your vehicle from your own bad behavior? But a lot of you don't do that. You just roll around with your car looking like a piece of shit because you don't care. You don't even respect yourself to keep yourself safe. So you sure as shit don't give a fuck about anybody else. Had to lose my temper. I told way too many people that they were a fucking idiot to their fucking faces. No situational awareness. Do not know how to maneuver your vehicle. This apartment complex I'm pulling into has 30 feet of room. So there's the keypad and then the gate, and there's 30 feet. That's it. That's not a lot of room. Kind of like a 30 by 60. Let's say that 30 feet by 60 feet square. So I pull off into the other part of the square, which is where you're supposed to wait if you can't get through the gates. Then a miniature traffic jam appears at the front of this gate. And yes, this apartment complex is notorious for it. It's been like that since my parents got here in the 90s. It's always been a problem. Yeah, they refurbished it. They put a new gate on. It's still the same fucking problem. So, all of you aren't paying attention. You suddenly slam on your brakes because you notice there's a line coming out of this apartment complex. I get people are tired, you want to go home. But if you see a miniature traffic jam, Why would you try to pile more cars? Then all these people start pulling up, and you're pulling inches, centimeters away from my own car. Well, I'm not that close. Yes, you are. And if somebody rear-ends you right now, it's going to throw your vehicle into my vehicle. You don't care. And that's also the problem with y'all. You don't like the car you're driving. I can't relate. I do like my car. And I also like myself. And I respect my safety. So I put myself in positions where I'm not going to be, I will let people go around me. I will pull off. I will choose a different route rather than risk having any type of problem that could create an impact. Some of you view your vehicle as a weapon. You brake check people. You force people when you're trying to get over in a lane. You force people over. You don't wait for people to go. You're getting over one way or another, and they can fucking deal. And you've tricked yourself into believing that you're a good driver. You're not a good driver. Your car and its safety systems are doing most of the work. You are a jackass. And if that car didn't have, like, stability control, like on turns, you will have killed yourselves probably less than a year after you got your license. So you should like your car. Some of you terrible, reckless drivers, the only reason why you're alive right now is because some engineer thought up the system to put it on your car, and that is the only reason why you are breathing right now. Because otherwise, you would have planted yourself into a wall, you would have killed yourself and somebody else. You also need to understand in the state of Arizona that if you fuck up bad enough with a traffic infraction, they can ban your license for life. And any judge can do that. You can fight it. You can go through the court. If you have the money, you can fight it. You can say, hey, I want my license back, and you have to do a lot of work. You have to do like a year of like consistent back-to-back. They will send you to every different driving safety school, and you have to ace all those courses. And then you also have to agree a year after that, you have to go it could be 1 to 5 years. You have to go without any traffic infractions, no red light cameras, no getting pulled over for a warning, no getting pulled over, period. You cannot gap on your registration and insurance, or else they'll stamp your license right back from you. It's like an elongated probationary period that starts over. This is assuming if you haven't injured or hurt someone else. Arizona is also a state, you will find judges here that are infamous for giving very hefty jail sentences. So think about that, kids. If you fuck up bad enough on the road, they could order you jail time. They could also order for your car to be crushed. So now you could be doing, and they've done that in tandem before. You got jail time, your car got crushed, and then your license was suspended. They could even suspend your license for a year for a serious accident is nothing. There's some judges that have gone, they said, well, you have a 10-year, your license is suspended for 10 years. Okay, there are people who that has been done to. It is not impossible. It is not outlandish. They can do that to y'all. And the bigger part is like maybe learn how to be a better driver before that happens. Like, for example, kids, what if you hit somebody that was pregnant? I want to give you a serious, let's say you're in traffic, you're doing 30 miles an hour, you T-bone, some SUV, and it's a pregnant woman. She's not dead, but she lost the kid. You now have a manslaughter charge. Did you think about that? What if you're driving, horsing around with your friends in the car, you get into an accident, one of them dies. Sure, they made the decision to not put on their seatbelt, but you were still behind the wheel of the vehicle. Manslaughter charge. And you find out who your friends are real quick. You think they're you think that your friendship's gonna survive when you have a reckless driving charge? People are injured. They need to start paying for hospital bills. They're missing work. You think that your friendship is that strong that they're just going to excuse you and go, oh, no, it was okay what you did. No, they're not. What happens when your insurance drops you? And nobody can insure you. Sure, you can get registered. This is assuming you still have a car to drive. What happens if your insurance comes back to you and says, well, we're going to deny your claim? And now, let's say you're on the hook for like $100,000 in, hospital fees. This is not considering if these people get a lawyer. You could destroy your entire future. If you're under the age of 18, parents, remember that you're still responsible for that child, whether you're in the car with them or not. When I turned 16, there were a couple people that I knew who fucked up really bad. And when they settled out, their parents had to sell their house. The problem is what this all comes down to is treat others the way that you want to be treated, but a lot of people don't even respect themselves. You don't respect the car that you're driving. You don't like your car. Don't worry. But please, possibly, consider not putting someone else at risk for your indifference towards everything.